Hello everybody.
Good morning.
Here we are for a fun salon day, and today we are going to do color and cut.
Yep.
And this is Kristen, for any of you who
Hello.
don't know her. We are at a salon in Southern California.
Yes, we are.
I get asked that all the time. And for those of you who want to know, Kristen is so busy that she is actually not taking new clients. So I'll just let you all know that.
I wish I could. Sorry, I feel bad and it's really not my style, so it's hard for me to say no. But I feel like I just have to for sanity purposes.
She has 4 little kids.
Yes.
So, I mean, and one that's just barely 1.
That's why we love to do these like little videos for you. And if you have your stylist and maybe some things need to be tweaked and communicated through, that's why I try to be real like straight to the point with things. And maybe your stylist can kind of watch them, and we'll keep them kind of not too long and lengthy. Yeah. That way they can get what maybe they need out of it.
So we are going to go through all of just the kind of bullet points of my color today. The cut, we are changing it up slightly. So many of you have asked for what my inspiration pictures are. So
I kind of like it. She didn't used to bring me inspiration pictures, and not in a bad way, but I think you, the viewers, are inspiring her to go like, hey, now what?
Yeah, now
so
what should we do? It's
good because it challenges me as well. So yeah. It works both ways.
And she does love inspiration pictures. So I will pop up on the screen different haircuts and one for color. So color inspiration pick is this one that I'm put up on the screen right now. And I'm not going to go like quite as much blonde, but I want more blonde.
Not obeying the rules and going dark during the winter.
No,
so, you know.
I have too much natural blonde to do that. And then as far as the cut goes, I'll pop up on the screen a couple of inspiration photos. So what Kristen and I like to do is we look at those photos, I tell her the things that I like, and then she comes up with her masterpiece.
Sure. And really it's just kind of seeing where she's at, where the photos are going, where they're different. That's really for me, like that's why I like a photo.
We are going to get started. She's going to kind of tell you, of course we do color first. Yes. So I don't know what you want to discuss first.
So I will go ahead. Today we are going to go ahead and continue her undercut cut. We are going to use a guard of a number 2. So we're going to go up. This seems to work. Most people get a little full through here. A lot of people, and then what happens is it kind of gets a little mushroomy. So if you're having that problem, perhaps you could go a little higher, go a little shorter, thin it out a little more, stuff like that. So we're going to do a number 2 all the way around. In the crown, I'm going to just kind of take it right through her occipital bone and just keep this kind of rounded and then scissor cut through this area. I'm not going to section and then go short to a particular point. And then on the other side as well, we're going to go do the number 2. And then through the front here, we'll go ahead and razor. I'm actually probably going to do that so she can kind of videotape that. Well, I like to do, she comes in, her hair's kind of styled. I can kind of go off and see like where she likes to section those pieces already. So I'll probably, one of our little things is we're going to tweak that slightly, you know? But I'm short hair and little tweaks are big deal. So
right, they are. You all know that, right? 1 inch is a big deal.
Right. So then as far as color, like she said, she wants to be overall like a little blonder. So the photos she had shown me, to me, has a lot more like slicing rather than it being just like weave. So weave grows out so nice, you know, think baby lights. They're just very, very blended. And ironically, Shirley's hair is so dark naturally, but it's weird because she does just blend nicely, but she gets this great depth. So that's what's awesome. But she wants a little more of that definition, which is when I will switch the weave to more of a slice. So the slice is just a solid piece and not doing the little weave through. Except for I will weave in the crown because Lord knows we don't need no line.
And as far as your products used,
that's right. Blondor, Wella Blondor 40 volume. I know it's crazy. She's pretty dark. She's like a 5. She will sit under the dryer for like 45 minutes. So toning, I think we are not going to go as icy, right? We're thinking more blonde. Is that what we're kind of thinking?
I'm thinking like neutral blonde.
Right.
So not too warm, but not like white.
Sure. Keeping a little bit of, I don't even want to say warmth on her, but more neutral, like she said, is probably the best way to give a good balance, you know?
Good deal.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Going to do a little bit of a V on her hairline here. So I don't take it literally like a V, but she has, you know, like this little extra here. And I have really found that doing this, not only on her, but clients in general, like if you go a little bit tighter through that hairline, first of all, it elongates the neck. It looks nice on a lady. in my opinion, you know, I like that. But it also helps them grow out and it not be kind of like too bulky through there. So that's kind of been a new, in a good way, a new thing that I've been playing with Shirley, but also with a couple of my other short-haired clients, and they've all really liked it. So now, sideburns, are we going to keep them as long as we are?
Let's see.
I mean, it cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like the point. You could probably
Just angle that a bit.
yeah.
So I like to cut with dry hair sometimes. And you know, yes, you have to make sure your razor is on point, otherwise you will be pulling the hair. So, you know,
Yeah, that's not good.
no. So when Shirley comes in, you know, she's kind of left and she's not to the nines, but she's definitely styled in a great way. So for me, I kind of like to dry cut because then I can kind of see like where she parted, where, and not just her. I actually love to do a dry cut unless I'm doing like a hugely different. So we are doing these slight alterations like today around this like face framing. So as you can see with a real fine, like, so this is an area. So she can kind of see, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So how do you
I
like it?
actually like that. I
Perfect,
do.
right?
I like it.
Because that's kind of where we were.
That's exactly what. Yeah.
So this is kind of the reason I feel like dry cutting in a great way is it kind of allows us to go a little slower. Sometimes when you're wet, I feel like hair doesn't lay totally, and it's like what it's going to be like when it's dry. So especially if they're thicker. With Shirley's hair, she is really thick. But with that, I also don't like to over razor her because with the heavy blonding that we do, sometimes that can leave her a little like little flippy and thin. And so I kind of like to do some of this while I'm where I'm at. And again, I haven't cut anything else as far as the top. So this is me just playing before I color it.
We play. We have playtime. Your playtime.
I want to play time all day long.
Right?
That's like. So I'm starting right here. I start in the back with these ones in the crown. I take little fine, like little baby lights, and I like to make them fine, but also like do quite a few of them. So especially since like today she still does want to be really blonde because you don't want her to have like that depth in the back. Like she kind of like the photo she had shown me, you know, she's pretty blonde all over. Not to say like she looks like she has bleach like on the scalp, but we want to do a pretty heavy highlight. So then I just kind of do my little thing, and I pretty much just do a section here in the back, and then I go on this side. So again, I'll take, as far as the section goes, I'd probably say like a fourth. So like this one's pretty dark because I probably didn't do that one yet. So we'll go ahead and highlight her just to get a little extra. I don't typically, she has such a nice neutral color that I really never low light her. I try to use, just because low light, you know, color can turn into, it can turn warm even if it's been 3 times ago. So when you put artificial color, so for me, not just with Shirley, I really try to use people's like normal, like their natural color if possible, to kind of allow for that to be the depth and the low light in their hair, because it will stay more true. It won't give golden. For hairdressers, you guys may ask, do I use any bond builder? Do I use any, you know, like Olaplex, or Wella also has, like, so many of the lighteners have come a long way and actually have the bond builders in them. Hey, if you achieve the lift, like, go ahead and use what you use. Today, I am not using any bond builder on her, but that's because I'm not going over anything that I haven't done before. If anything, I'm adding and I'm just retouching, because, and when I say adding, it's like going over that new dark little spot that was before. So that is an artificial color, hasn't been bleached before. Again, she's short hair, so you're always giving like routine haircuts like every 4 weeks. So kind of like I know what's going on. Whereas if someone's brand new to you, maybe they have artificial color going on, you can see the bleach in the hair. Yes, then I would possibly use like the bond builder, like Olaplex or something like that.
And I get highlights every 3 months. So
Exactly. So that's another big point. You know, she's not getting her hair colored, but every 12 weeks. So that's why I'm also not afraid to push that color a little bit more, because I'm dealing with that much, an inch and a half, possibly, if not more, of regrowth. So when doing her color, as far as like people might go, well, when do you switch to the slicing? And so she naturally puts her hair up, like starting back here. This is like where she puts back. So I will start once I get to, because this pops up, I probably will transition and not do a whole slice. I'll probably do a real chunky weave, and then so go baby light, chunky weave, slice. So in that transition, so it evolves to getting blonder. And I will do that as you can see this pops up. So I'll probably do like 2 chunky weaves back to back. And then that way, because otherwise you'll see only blonde when it flips up. But in addition, as she grows up, you'll also see only blonde regrowth. And you'll be like, due to the fact that we were good to go for so long,
yeah.
we want to kind of maintain that. So I oftentimes think I'm not doing this just for today. I'm doing it so that we grow out well this also. So again, doing a little chunkier weave, and then I probably will start to, the next one will probably go to slice, which I will actually go from the front back now. I like to use, you know, my lightener. I kind of like to use it. Of course, it needs to be wet. If you're having problems with bleeding, I do get pretty darn close. I do mix kind of a little Greek yogurt-ish. It helps me give a bit of a hold. So maybe that's also part of also why she maybe takes a little longer, because maybe she's not super, super wet. But that's all right. I'm okay taking a little longer, and it helps me hold in place, you know?
I'd rather not have hot spots.
No.
Or holidays.
Holidays. I think that's a great
I like that.
It's not funny, but when I've experienced a holiday or 4 in my life, you know what, I just can't. But it's not funny. You always hope that they're in a spot because you're not perfect. It happens, but I do oftentimes hope they're not in a spot where someone's going to be seeing them all the time.
Right.
Okay. So again, in the front, really fine highlights. I threw a few on the side just to give her a little blend because she's talked about possibly soften her part a little back and forth.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yes.
Fun hair
Some
tutorials
versatility.
coming. Yes.
And then here, where the crown, I'll probably just throw just a few right here. This is pretty short, actually, right here. And again, these as well, I'm kind of following the baby light protocol all on the bottom, and then we'll slice all through the top. Amazing here.
Got my little cap on, my foil cap.
She looks good with a lot of highlights in there.
Lots of highlights,
So-
lots of baking going on.
Yes,
in here.
definitely.
Good
So-
ingredients.
Yes, definitely. I mean, lots of extra sugar on today. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, that's right.
So now she'll go and process. It will for sure be like 45 minutes, and then we'll be probably rinsing and toning. All right, here's Miss America right here.
Right. There she is.
Together.
Right.
Yes.
We are. Yes.
Anyway, so we are at the point where we're going to go ahead and cut her. So Sharalee has this point where we have like this headband point. I just do it because it's easy reference. That's why I say that. She does like this, like to be a little, so we keep this longer all through the front, but she does like this area of like chunkiness. So we have found, I have these little handy dandy chunky scissors. They can be scary. So be cautious if you own a pair with that. But it helps get away, like get that chunky definition through here. You can also do this with point cutting. She has just found that she enjoys that this scissor a little better. So, and then I'll go ahead and just trim her up. We've decided that in the crown, we kind of like it. It's not short, but slightly shorter. Yeah, we kind of altered that last time. So then I will do probably a normal regrowth trim, which is about half. She kind of grows kind of fast, so I'm not afraid to go like more like a committed ½ inch to
I like
the
it
reverse.
committed.
Yes, so that it continues to work out for you. And then, yeah, so good trim through there. Again, I'm not really, she's short to her occipital bone, and you can see she kind of had a length there already, so I'm just kind of blending that up. She doesn't like it to get to where it like falls in the back completely. Like she wants to be able to manipulate it. And for some who are not a fan of the spike, meaning in the crown and that kind of funky, that's Shirley today, that's what we are kind of going, because when it gets too heavy, she doesn't like how it just kind of lays, you know. I'm sure you guys kind of can understand.
You know.
Yeah, totally. And with that, some may love that part, and they were like, especially with cowlicks and stuff. I mean, she does too, but you know, they're tricky. And if you have multiple, sometimes it's easier to have them like a little heavier in that crown area. So as well, I'm kind of just kind of meeting all that little headband area again, like what I said. I give it a little trim. So she does have a bit of a cowlick on, like right here. And I kind of like, this is hairdressers. You know, I just leave it a little longer. You can always cut it after she's dry, like a little bit more. But we have found that we kind of enjoy, honestly, I kind of feel like it's like kind of like everything in there a little bit longer. So you're mimicking the other side, just maintaining a bit more length on there. And again, then I kind of go through, do some deeper point cutting. I like to cut hair not just for today, but for, you know, the next, for her, she's so good about it. But I also, for clients that don't come in all the time, I like them to be able to grow into that haircut well.
We appreciate it.
Right?
Yes.
I want it to only get better.
Yeah.
Not worse.
Right. Better with time. Better
Now
with
that's
growth.
tricky.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's really tricky. She's got
I put a lot of expectation right there.
She's got it down to a science. She does.
Then we kind of pull that back for the hairdressers, just kind of, again, blend that. And same thing though, we do kind of go through and point cut deep here. It keeps it light with her being so heavy.
And I do have thick, coarse hair.
For sure.
So, not super, super coarse, but coarse.
Sure.
On the coarse side, right?
Yeah, no, you are. And especially like when you do, first of all, lightning period, but at 40 volume level, I feel like your cuticle sounds so bad to say like gets kind of blown out, but it kind of does. And it kind of swells a little bit, but it goes, it's okay. Because honestly, for me, I feel like,
I love it.
I would say it helps the styling when
It
you.
does. It really helps the volume. And even I heard somebody saying that about the crown area. If you have a few more oils in that area.
Oh, right. Gives it a little extra.
A little extra volume.
Yeah, no, that is very true. So today you actually should probably feel that because we did add a little bit more blonde in there.
Right. Yes.
So, and as you can tell today, totally, we did not go to where Shirley is like silver today. Not, you know, we kind of left a little bit of that, more of that whitey, maybe slightly even a couple little goldy colors in there. And that's okay. Because honestly, if she didn't like it, I know she uses a few products to put a toner on every once in a while. Are they like conditioners? I forget.
Yes, it's a conditioner, the L'Oreal La Toning.
I'm
Lip
impressed
gloss
by that
toning.
one, by the way.
And that says a lot.
I
You
know.
know, right? Her stylist impressed. Yes.
So if she's like, I didn't love all.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind kind of having it kind of more neutral, because I can change the tone of it myself very easily. And actually it's good for the hair because it conditions it. And
Oh, that's good.
puts a gloss on it too. So yeah, it does good things.
That's good.
And did you use a toner?
I did on you. Actually, I used a little bit of 10T, half 10T REDKEN Shades and half 9P.
Okay.
Again, we kind of went a little less on the whitey. That we were going for white, but a little more neutral. So I just wanted to kind of minimize some of those warm tones in there.
Good.
And then in here, I'm going to go ahead and take just a few, because this is where you get bulky right there,
I do.
right?
Yes.
And then, but not really so much on top as much, right?
Right. Exactly.
So razoring is amazing and it works really great, but it also can really, even with her with thick hair, can really, I don't know, I feel like when you get styled, it can do funky things. So I like to use the razor to when you don't need to use it anymore.
Sparingly.
Yeah, because in that, so I go, what the heck's that mean? But you just have to know what you're looking for. And like, I feel like too, with really bleached hair, you're a little bit more potential to compromise like the hair with the razor already. So then sometimes what happens, like with her, she'll end up with these like little flippies here, and they won't want to do anything else except for flip.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have a flip out every once in a while, but it's not the goal. On the haircut, at least.
Right.
A lot of it I kind of just go through, and as far as for hairdressers, this comment, I just like kind of feel the hair, you know, if I feel, you kind of know the areas of concern. I tend to texturize a lot over here because she wears it a bit longer over here, but I can't ignore this side. That's also something, because I feel like over here you can feel, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that feels a little heavy.
Yeah.
And then it does style a little heavier. So
true.
the blonde, you have a good light.
Love it. Yeah.
It looks better, huh?
Yes. I love it.
Very pretty.
Yay. Ooh, nice and bright.